full time in the 2025 Europa Conference League final, and it's finished Real Betis 1, Chelsea 4, and Chelsea are the first team ever to win the lot in Europe. They are the first team to win every single European competition. They've won the lot: 2 Champions Leagues, 2 Europa Leagues, 2 Cup Winners' Cups, 1 Super Cup, and now 1 Europa Conference League. The first team ever. No team has ever done that before. So a brilliant achievement now. So well done, Chelsea. Of course, from one European winner to another. Well done. Bit of a shame that one big club from London had to let us all down. I wonder who that was. Arsenal. Anyway, of course, let's just crack on with the reaction now to the Conference League final. But yeah, obviously Chelsea winning. I think deservedly so. Deservedly so. And to be honest, I think we all knew before a ball had even been kicked, really, in the Conference League that Chelsea were going to do it, and of course they did. But to be fair, I thought Chelsea did struggle. Real Betis obviously started well, went 1-0 up. Isco, by the way, how good was he tonight? Especially in that first half. He was everywhere defensively, on the left wing, on the right, in the middle. He was everywhere, Isco. And I didn't even realise as well, by the way, that Isco is 33. I thought it was like nearly 40. I didn't know he's only 33. So that's quite mad, to be fair. And obviously it was his ball across them in number 10. I can't remember his name, but it was a good finish as well to give Real Betis the lead inside the first 10 minutes. And I think deservedly so. Real Betis played very well. And I'd say Real Betis were the better team in that first half, in my opinion. Chelsea weren't really creating anything. And, I mean, you could say at times in that first half, every time Chelsea were trying to go forward, Real Betis pretty much had 11 men behind the ball. But like I said, Betis played well in the first half, deservedly went 1-0 up. And obviously, Chelsea just couldn't really break him down, really. But second half, I think Maresca made a really key substitution, which kind of you could say changed the game. Because in my opinion, and a lot of people will probably agree with me, Malo Gusto was really struggling. You know, he wasn't really playing well. Took him off, brought on Reece James, and that kind of was a difference. Chelsea were a bit better in the second half. But one player for me who kind of changed that, turned around the game, I should say, for Chelsea was Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer literally changed that game for Chelsea. Obviously, 2 assists. First player in a European final since Marcelo in the 2018 Champions League final to get 2 assists in a European final. Obviously, the first goal, played it, good ball into Enzo Fernandez. He scored to make it 1-1. And I think the minute that Fernandez made it 1-1, Chelsea started believing. They were like, come on, boys, we can do this. And that's from Real Betis' perspective. The boat was starting to rock a bit, and that's where they just kind of capitulated, really, Real Betis. Obviously, Chelsea then scored again. Palmer, good cross into the box. And then, obviously, Jackson was there to make it 2-1. And then Chelsea kind of finished Betis off with 2 very good goals from Sancho and Moises Caicedo. But overall, like I said, Cole Palmer changed that game. He did. I mean, Cole Palmer literally did change that game. I'm like, it's just mad how he can just, like when Chelsea is struggling, it's always him. It's always Cole Palmer who's like, right, I need to step up here. And he always does it. Every time you watch Chelsea and they're struggling and you're saying, oh, someone needs to turn up here, someone needs to step up, it's always Palmer. And like, it's always him. And like the 2 assists as well, there were 2 good assists. I think he took on the Betis player, crossed it in, and then obviously Fernandez scored, and then bloody Jackson scored as well. I mean, you could say the goalkeeping from Adrian. I think especially the first goal. How on earth is Adrian not saving that? I mean, blooming heck. I mean, you can understand what Liverpool and West Ham fans had to go through when obviously he was at those clubs, respectively. But overall, Palmer literally just did turn that game around, to be honest with you. But and just also as well, I think they mentioned it on commentary as well, that Bears just like lost that spirit. They lost that fight. They just didn't, like, just when Chelsea scored to make it 1-1, they were like, oh, here we go. Then obviously Chelsea went 2-1. I was like, well, they just gave up, really. And that's one thing you need to never do in a European final. Never give up. And Betis did that tonight when Jackson scored. They gave up, Betis. You know, they weren't running. Chelsea were all over them for the last, 25 minutes, Real Betis. And that's because Betis gave up. And it's so important in the European final to never give up, You've got to keep pushing right until the end. And Betis just gave up, and that's why Chelsea eventually went on to score 4 goals, because they just gave up in the end. But overall, it's a very good achievement for Chelsea and a very successful season for Chelsea as well. Champions League qualification, trophy, equals a good season. And I mean, Chelsea, with the squad they had, they got like one of the youngest squads in Europe. And like, to qualify for the Champions League and win a trophy, I mean, I think it was quite expected to happen that Chelsea were obviously going to win the Conference League. I mean, look at the teams they faced. I mean, they had Jakarta in the semi-final. They had to play FC Noah, Ghent. They had to go to Kazakhstan. So it was quite inevitable that Chelsea were going to win it, but especially in the Premier League as well, because everyone was saying back in the summer when Chelsea was signing all these players, and like, oh, the squad's too big, it's going to be tough for Maresca. But Maresca kind of proved us all wrong, really. And overall, it has been a very good season for Chelsea, and getting Champions League football as well. I mean, Chelsea fans were absolutely over the moon about that. The amount of edits I saw before that Forest game from Chelsea fans saying, this is a must-win game, you've got to win this game. And even after they did, they were like, even the edits on TikTok from Chelsea fans were like, yes, come on, so buzzing, let's go. And like, just, it has been a really good season at Chelsea, and I don't really like to say that because I'm a Tottenham fan, but it has been a very good season at Chelsea, and I don't think anyone would have expected at the start of the season that Chelsea were going to get into the Champions League, but they did. And I think next season might be quite interesting with them as well. I mean, obviously, is their squad Champions League level? Probably not. Maybe they might have to sign a few players to get it up to Champions League quality. But I mean, you never know. There could be a dark horse next season in the Champions League, Chelsea. But you don't know. Maybe they could challenge for the league next season. You don't know. They probably won't, because you've got City are probably going to be back up there. Arsenal will be up there. Liverpool will be up there. But Chelsea might be up there. You never know. But they probably won't be. But overall, you know, I think next season could be quite interesting with Chelsea, to be honest with you. And of course, that's why they go to America in a few weeks for the Club World Cup. I mean, how they're going to do out there, who knows? But overall, good season for Chelsea and a good night tonight for them as well. So, anyway, thanks for watching this video. Smash a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.